loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your next relationship. We're gonna try to get as much information as possible. So if you are single and you wanna know who you're gonna be with next, what that relationship is gonna be like, all kinds of stuff, we're going to try to figure out as much information in today's video. If you are new to pick a card readings, I'm gonna give you a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have a pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll over to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that is going to be linked to your specific card so that you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your next relationship. So with that being said, we also have some crystals on these cards if it helps you to choose or if it helps you to kind of be drawn to a certain pile. So over on group 1, we have this really pretty piece of Angel Aura Quartz. Then on group number 2, we have a beautiful piece of Fantasy Quartz. Then for group 3, we have a beautiful piece of Rose Quartz with Lithium. It's like a lepidolite, kind of like rose quartz. Then we also have this copper ball for group number 4. And then on group 5, we have this aqua aura quartz. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find that timestamp that is going to be linked to your specific group. And then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your next relationship. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. Okay, so group 1, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's get started. Okay, so group 1, we have True Love, Make the Effort, and Very Soon as our first cards coming out. The fact that we have Very Soon, just self-explanatory here, you're probably going to find this person very soon. I think that this is happening in your life very shortly. If not, it's already kind of beginning right now as you're watching this video. So you might be talking to somebody, or this could be somebody that's coming within the next like few months type of thing. So I do think that this is kind of like starting very soon, or again, if you're single and you might be talking to somebody that you're interested in, it could also be indicating that that is kind of gonna turn into some love here. I definitely like look at these people, they're just kind of like resting their head on this man's shoulder. This man is like very affectionate. So whether you're a guy or a girl watching this and whatever, you're trying to find in love, I do think the person that you're finding is extremely affectionate and they really go above and beyond. Like this person wants to make the effort to see you. This person wants to make the effort to kind of like please you. I think whoever you're kind of like drawing into your life right now and attracting into your life is going to be like very romancy, and they're also gonna love to like cuddle and kiss, because just like look at these cards, they're so close together and it's almost like the same sort of picture going on in both of these. I'm also looking at these two kids and I'm hearing like I don't even know if you're into this sort of thing, but I'm like looking at these, I'm hearing like baby talk. Like you two kind of like really get into like the cuddly kind of like baby talk stuff, and you might be watching this being like, oh my god, I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's gonna like come out and it's gonna be like kind of natural with this person because it's just so affectionate and like loving. I think this person really wants to like be close to you a lot, and I think that this relationship is gonna progress pretty fast. Like I'm getting the fact that this relationship is, you're not gonna be like chasing after each other super hard, or like, well, this person is going to pursue you like a lot, but what I mean is there's not going to be like a lot of waiting involved here. Like I don't see a lot of waiting around for this to develop. I see it kind of just developing pretty quickly because you both just seem like you're on the same page with this relationship. So I think it's going to kind of like take off pretty fast. And yeah, this person's like really into just like treating you and putting in a lot of effort towards this. So yeah, let's get into our tarot cards next. So we have Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles, And then we also have the Strength card being reversed, and then the Six of Cups. So one thing that I'm gathering right off the bat, just because the Six of Cups is really standing out to me, we also have 2 sixes and 2 aces. So there's a lot of balance in this relationship. So again, you two are very much on the same page. Sixes deal with harmony, aces deal with like a brand new beginning. So we probably haven't experienced a relationship quite like this one before. I think this is going to be very new for both of you, to where it's like, oh wow, we're like both on the same page. This is great. Like this is working out so well. There's such a nice balance between you both. I think that like you two get along really well. But the Six of Cups makes me feel like usually this card is tied to the past, and sometimes it can indicate somebody from your past or somebody that you've known before. So that could be the case. But what's really standing out for me in this card outside of that, and I don't think, just to clarify, I don't think all of you watching this, I don't think all of you are gonna know this person from your past. I think that's like some of you, only some of you, because what's mostly standing out to me in the Six of Cups is that you two have a very similar past. So it might not be that you guys have known each other before, but it almost feels like you've known each other before, because you relate so deeply, because you have a very similar past. Like you might have a very similar childhood, or you may have had like past similar experiences in relationships before. And so you two connect a lot on that. And it just it makes you two feel really comfortable around each other, because it's almost like you two really understand each other and get each other. And you two feel very understood by each other. So there's that nice balance that we have. This person also really wants to take care of you. I have make the effort and Six of Pentacles. This person's here to like take care of you. And this person I think is going to be very different from your past relationships, because again, I'm feeling like you haven't experienced a relationship like this before, because we have 2 of these aces. This person's actually going to go above and beyond for you and put in the same amount of effort as you do. I'm gathering that you enjoy putting, a decent amount of yourself into a relationship when you're in one. I feel like you're somebody that when you meet somebody, you're like, hey, I want to actually like give effort here. And it maybe in your past relationships, it's been kind of imbalanced, but this person is going to be your equal. This person's like really your equal. In many different aspects, this person's very much your equal. Like you feel like this person understands you so deeply, because I think that you two are just on the same like level, if that makes sense. I think you two might be on the same level in terms of like you two are just very similar in so many ways. Like this isn't somebody who you have to like pick up the pieces for. This isn't somebody that you have to like take care of financially. This is not somebody that you have to teach so many different things to, and you have to be their mom or their dad or anything. Like this is somebody where when you're with them, you're like, wow, you keep up you pull the same weight. This person pulls the same weight as you. You two are very much equal, and I think it's going to feel so much more comfortable because of that, and it's going to feel almost effortless in this relationship. Like even though you two are putting in effort to the relationship and both of you are like, putting a lot into it, it almost feels effortless at the same time. It feels natural. I'm getting like a huge natural feeling in this relationship, and I think that's why it progresses so easily as well, and why it's going to like just take off really quickly once you meet this person, because you two are just very much on the same level, like very much. And I'm getting that this person really is going to want to commit to you too. And it's going to be easy to commit to this person. And this person's going to find it easy to commit to you as well. I'm also gathering that you two, you're either meeting through like online, because the Ace of Swords can represent online, but then we also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is completely the opposite of meeting online. So it could mean that since this is a general reading, there's 2 different energies coming up here, to where you might meet this person physically and then kind of like talk a lot online and then end up going out on a physical date. Again, or what I'm gathering for most of you though, is that you're going to meet this person online. So maybe that's a dating app, or maybe that's like, I don't know, through like Instagram. Maybe like one of your friends is going to be like, ooh, like I know this person, go follow them or something. Like, I don't know. But I'm gathering that there's going to be a lot of communicative energy, especially in the beginning, where you two are like texting or DMing each other, calling, or, you know, just really wanting to get to know each other. I also feel like on your first date, by the way, I'm gathering on your first date, the conversation is going to flow pretty easily. I don't see a lot of awkward pauses or anything like that. I do see like a high energy to where you two may be a little bit nervous on your first date. But at the same time, like, it just feels like the conversation is still really nice. Like, it's not like you're sitting there being like, okay, this is awkward. It's not that. It's kind of like there's an undertone of like a little bit of nervousness, but I feel like the communication's still able to flow and happen. And there's a lot of interest. I feel like this person's interested in like getting to know you and ask you questions, and vice versa. You're also feeling the same way about them as well. The Strength card being reversed, there's not a lot of patience here when it comes to both of you. I think that both of you will kind of be like, I don't know, it's just progressing really quickly. When Strength is upright, it would indicate that you two are taking your time to build this and whatnot, but Strength being reversed kind of indicates that there's almost an animal instinct that's coming out between both of you. Like, yeah, like there's a huge attraction to where it's almost like you can't hold back that, like, some of your urges with this person. Like, it's kind of like, oh, it's happening, like jumping into it, but it's gonna feel right. So the way that you're gonna know that this person is the right one is because they very much feel like you're equal, and it's effortless. If it feels like there's a lot of effort, this might not be the next relationship. Your next relationship, I do think, is happening very quickly, very soon in your life, if not already kind of beginning, and it's gonna feel effortless. So with that being said, let's get into our next few cards here. So the next two that we have the Sage and Manifest. So this might be somebody that you've been kind of manifesting and hoping for some time now. Also, Sage, this person's gonna make you feel very comfortable. They don't make you feel nervous like any of your previous relationships or anything like that. This person makes you feel like you're very worthy. They also have the teeth here, which symbolize worth. They make you feel very worthy. So yeah, and they cleanse out kind of like any sort of like past stuff that you've experienced that wasn't so good. And then Manifest, it's almost like both of you are kind of like manifesting each other into your life, into each other's lives. Both of you are very much like hoping for a relationship like this, and it is coming and it is happening, and it's gonna feel like divine timing and all of that. The next two cards, we have Support and Inner Knowing. You're gonna kind of like feel like, yeah, that is the person that I want to be with. There's like an inner knowing here. It's not like you have to guess and be like, does this person like me? I think it's just gonna be very obvious, like you two very much like each other, and there's almost this inner knowing of like, yeah, this is gonna work. So kind of like that feeling like, ooh, this is the one. And that's why we also have true love here. Like I definitely think that this is probably gonna be one of both of each other's first experiences at actually experiencing true love, like real love, not the codependent love and not the imbalanced love where it's like one of you are kind of is in it, but not really. Like, this is going to be your first time experiencing like true love. I really feel like that for both of you. Support, I think that there's going to be, I think your friends, your family are very much going to like this person. You, your friends, your family, everyone's kind of on the same page. I think there's going to be a lot of support around this relationship. I think their family is going to really like you too. The next few cards that we have Strength, Golden Palace, and Sacred Pool. It's interesting to have Strength and then the Strength card here. So I think, you know, Strength being reversed in the beginning shows that there's a lot of kind of like animal instincts coming out. We might not have a lot of patience in the beginning. We might just want to like dive into things. But as this grows and develops, I think it's going to become so much stronger. And the fact that we have the angel number 44 here, you two are setting a really proper foundation with each other. Like, this is good. This is really good. I think that you two are very supportive of each other. That's also why we have support too. You two are very supportive of each other, and it's going to grow in strength. Like, it might feel a little bit like, kind of like like a blast off when you first meet each other, because that Strength card being reversed, it's like those animal instincts are coming out. It's kind of like, whoo, like you make me feel like, you know. But as it kind of develops, I think it's just going to become very strong. We also have that Golden Palace card. So it's going to feel like you're really building something beautiful together. I think you're almost going to be in awe of this person and this relationship. It's going to feel like, whoa, like really? Dang. And you two see a lot of worth within each other. You two very much see the relationship as like, oh, I want to build that into something amazing, which I think both of you are putting in the effort to do that. And then Sacred Pool. I think both of you very much respect this relationship a lot. And then our last three cards, then we're going to do the Astro Dice to get the zodiac sign possibilities. We have the Romance card, which I'm not even surprised that this one's coming up in this reading. I think you two feel very romanced by each other. Like this is a very romantic relationship. And passionate, apparently, as well. We also have angel number 11. So there's a lot of learning and growth that I think you're going to do with each other. But it also, again, this symbolizes that new beginning. We also have the Ace and the Ace, which is also like 11, which also symbolizes the pillars of support as well. And then we also have Harmony. Oh, wait, this is so crazy because the ones are like the aces, and then Harmony is connected to the number 6, and we had 2 6s. That's crazy. So, I mean, here's our confirmation again, like this relationship, there's a lot of synchronicities in this relationship. You also might notice that you're seeing a lot of like angel numbers before you meet this person. But yeah, I mean, you two balance each other so well. There's a lot of romance and passion in this relationship. It seems very beautiful. Like, woo, number 1, look at all that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll our Astro Dice, the zodiac sign dice, 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most likely of this person. Again, it is a general reading, so this could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, but these will be kind of like the most likely signs, or it could even symbolize like important times of the year, like dates or something. So let's see what we get. So group 1, we have Leo coming up. So Leo, sun, moon, and rising people, or even Leo season, which would be end of July, beginning of August. We also have Aquarius coming up, so Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Again, these could also be a reflection of your own zodiac signs as well. But anyway, Aquarius deals with the time of year of the end of January, beginning of February. And we have Aquarius again. Aquarius wants to come up again. And Libra, so Libra, sun, moon, and rising. Again, this could also be a reflection of your own astrology as well, but Libra season is the end of September, beginning of October, so those could be important dates as well. So that is what we have from the Astro Dice. We had Leo, Aquarius, and Libra kind of energy coming through, so that is what we have for you, group number 1. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Okay, so group number 2, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's get started. Okay, so group 2, we have Magic and Contemplation coming through. The Magic card is so beautiful. We're going to talk about that one in a second, but I wanted to start off by talking about the Contemplation card. This card can indicate that this romantic connection could take a little bit of time to develop. Like maybe when you first meet this person, you might think like, oh, like maybe, I don't know, like maybe I'll give you a chance. You know, there could be like kind of energy like that going on. Like maybe you're not fully ready for a relationship, or maybe you're just thinking about like, what do I really want in a relationship? And stuff like that. But there's going to be a lot of synchronicity kind of and magic that almost brings you together with this person. So I think that there's going to be like instances that just happen where it's like, oh, you end up meeting this person. It's like, whoa, okay, like, oh, I didn't expect to see you here. Hello. You know, things like that. But it's just kind of like synchronistic events that almost keep bringing you together, that happen a little bit like magic. Like there's definitely like a magical undertone in this relationship kind of taking place. Like maybe we're just not looking for a relationship, or maybe we're just kind of like working on other things, Or maybe we've even just been single for a long time and this kind of like magically just happens and appears in our life. I also think that when you meet this person, you're not going to be looking for a relationship. I don't think that you're like avidly searching. And even if you are, I do think that the person that you might end up being with might be like a little bit different than what you were expecting, but I also feel like it's going to be in a very good way. I feel like it's going to be exactly what you actually need. And you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't even realize that this could be like so amazing. Like, this is great. I'm so glad that this ended up happening. So it could be like situations like that. But I do see a lot of like synchronistic sort of stuff happening. And there's a lot of like meant to be energy kind of taking place in this relationship. So let's go ahead and add on our other cards here. So we have the Seven of Pentacles being reversed. We also have the Ten of Swords being reversed. Then we have the Eight of Wands upright. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant. So interesting energy actually, because the Contemplation card and the Seven of Pentacles are very similar in the fact that we're like waiting for something to grow, or, you know, when this card is reversed, there could be a sense of impatience. Like maybe this person is getting a little bit impatient, or maybe you're getting impatient with somebody because maybe things aren't progressing as fast. It definitely feels like there's a slow sort of start to this. So whether it's slow because you're contemplating the relationship, or maybe it's slow because somebody else is maybe contemplating the relationship. But I do feel like when this starts, one of you, either you or the other person, might not be looking for a relationship. And so there may be this like pause or this waiting kind of game in the beginning, not necessarily game, but like, it's just some like a slow beginning where maybe, yeah, one person here maybe is kind of like taking things slowly and we're needing to wait around for it. But it's like, please wait, like divine timing here. There's a divine timing to do with this. Magic is definitely that like, wait, there's like magic taking place and it knows exactly when this needs to develop and all that. The person that is not really maybe looking for a relationship, or maybe is not really kind of avidly seeking one, they need to kind of like let their guard down a little bit. They might have just gone through something a bit hard in their life, or this again could be talking about you, but there's one of you that has gone through something very difficult in the more recent times and is not fully over it yet. They're not fully kind of like, they haven't fully let it go and opened back up yet. So I think that they're a little bit kind of like closed off to the idea of a relationship, but at the same time, I think that there's like a higher power at work here that's like, no, this is meant to happen because this is going to open that person up, whether that's you or again, the other person here. This is meant to kind of like open you up or open them up in a really synchronistic kind of way. And as they begin to kind of like let down their guard, which is going to happen, and I think it's just going to happen naturally. It's like, whew, you know what? I actually feel really comfortable around you. Ooh, I feel myself opening up. Like, ooh, this is like really, really cool. All of a sudden, it's going to kind of like take off. There's going to be clear skies. But at first, it might feel like there's a lot of maybe cloud or confusion or things like that at the very beginning, but it's only because it's like making the clouds go away. Like this relationship is going to make clarity happen. That's why we have the Eight of Wands here. All of a sudden it's going to be like clear skies, things are moving forward really fast, and it's like we can see the target and we're like, oh yeah, like yes, of course I want to like go for that. Hell yeah. But at first it's going to be a little bit, again, slow. The Queen of Wands suggests that there's going to be a lot of attraction and kind of like fire energy here where we're feeling really good. There's a lot of charisma. I think that there's a lot of like funny humor between you and this person. As you get to know them and as this relationship starts moving forward, there's a lot of just like funny things that happen. And I almost think you two are going to laugh about this situation. You're going to be like, oh my God, do you remember when like, you know, this was happening and we were like taking things slow and we had no idea that it would end up here. You know, it's going to be kind of like one of those scenarios or situations. The fact that we have the Hierophant as well, the Hierophant symbolizes marriage, you guys. Like the Hierophant is the church where like we could be getting married or seeking higher wisdom, learning. But in the context of your next relationship, this could definitely indicate getting married. Ooh, you know what? I just kind of like, there's an epiphany that just came to me. this could also be a relationship that progresses slow during the relationship. One of you may really want to get married, and then the other one's kind of just like, oh, we can wait like 5 years, you know, like, and then all of a sudden it finally like moves forward. But I do think, ooh, like, guys, I think that you're gonna really marry this person. Some of you, it may happen quicker. Again, it's a general reading, but there is a moment in this relationship where it may feel like things are moving slower than the average relationship. It may feel like things are kind of like progressing slowly, but that's all gonna fix, because this card, the Eight of Wands, is one of the fastest moving cards in the tarot, other than the Knight of Swords. Like the Knight of Swords and this card are the fastest moving cards. So it's interesting, after this momentary pause, things are going to move forward very quickly. They're going to be seamless, but I think it's also because there was this moment of taking your time and sort of thinking things very deeply. So because there's been a lot of time to develop this relationship, once it begins moving forward, it is going to move forward quickly and fast. There's a lot of communication. I think that there's open communication, and I think because it has taken a while to develop, I think it allows you to sort of really open up in new ways. And because of that, it's actually going to be a blessing. It's like the magic, it's like trust the magic, because even though the waiting might not feel like magic, it might feel like more of a hindrance, it might feel like a negative thing, but it's actually not, because it is developing this to where the walls are really coming down. Like old negative belief systems are being broken down, but they take a while to break down. It's like you don't want to be in the middle of a relationship going through a moment like this. It's so much better to have clear these moments before the relationship gets deep, because that creates a more healthy kind of foundation rather than creating the foundation and then going through this. That's not so good. We want to create the foundation after dealing with stuff like this. And that's what it seems like is happening in this relationship, because it just seems like there's things that need to kind of happen. So I keep hearing the word trust the process, trust the process. This is a good thing. Any sort of waiting in this relationship is more divine. And just trust it, because it is leading towards more, and this will begin moving forward again very quickly. And there's again a lot of humor. I think that you two feel very open being yourselves around each other, because the black cat here symbolizes that we're very aware of our faults, but not in a bad way. We're aware of them in a really good way, and we're able to kind of joke about them and have fun with them. So I think that your guys' relationship will also be one where whenever somebody does something sort of like annoying or kind of has more of a negative kind of attribute sort of kind of come to the surface, I don't think it doesn't blow up in a negative way. It honestly kind of blows up it doesn't even blow up actually, but it kind of like, you're able to make fun of each other. So when, like, for example, this is just a random example, maybe like one of you will be jealous at one point and be like, oh my God, like, I cannot believe that you like, you know, blah, 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 and I'm like jealous in this way. It's not a thing that turns into like a toxic thing. For you two, it turns into a humorous thing where it's like, haha, you were jealous, like, and then you two are able to like laugh about it, and you two are just like, shit. You know, like, it's a really healthy kind of funny thing where you two are just very open and accepting, and you two realize like, hey, I have these faults, and then your partner's like, hey, I have those faults, let's like work on them together. And it's not a toxic thing, it's like a funny thing. So I hope that's making sense. And I do think that this is going to lead to marriage, because we have the Hierophant coming up. So yeah, I think that this is going to be something that progresses towards something that's like lifelong. So yeah, that is what we have off the bat here. So let's get into some more cards. We have the Boundaries card and the Void. Ooh, the Void kind of reminds me of the moment of like the pause. So that there's more of that pause energy coming through. So if this takes a while to develop, just know that that's kind of like a natural part of this relationship that's honestly going to end up being a good thing. But of course we shouldn't always accept pauses or anything like that. But this one is kind of there's only meant to be like one, okay? It's not meant to be like continuing on like that. Once this pause goes away, it moves forward better than ever, and that's that. The void almost makes me feel as well like one of you has a sort of emptiness before this relationship begins, and it's like you two end up filling this aspect of each other, and bringing each other up to be the most fulfilled. So yeah, we have that there, and then we also have boundaries. So I think that you have to like crack somebody open. So it's either this person has to crack you open, or you have to crack them open, or honestly, you know, both of you need to be cracked open in a way. Maybe both of you have kind of had like instances where you kind of feel closed off, and maybe that's where this humor kind of comes in, is because the humor allows you to sort of open up and open the shell that you two have. And then this humor is like a way of kind of like making each other feel comfortable, and it's gonna end up being a healthy thing. So yeah, let's get into our next few cards. We have, guys, wait, look at the card, but oh my gosh. Okay, this fits in so, we have engagement and we have the Hierophant, which I was talking about weddings and getting married. I think that this is the person you are going to end up with. My goodness, we have so many cards talking about that. So we have engagement, you know, yeah, let's just put that one over here. We also have honeymoon, which also talks about weddings and marriages and things like that, because then you go on a honeymoon after, of course. So makes total sense. And then we also have the reconciliation card. So this could be somebody, again, where you have that momentary pause, or this is kind of like, yeah, there's like time away to like think about it for some reason. And then you two end up like either coming back together, or this could be something that happens like before you even get together, and it's sort of just like a long sort of like, what? But yeah, there's like a, it's like just hold on, or just be patient. There's like a word of patience, and it's going to be part of the development of this. So yeah, my goodness, let's go ahead and get into our next few cards. We have Magic Stream and we have Spark. So the fact that we have Magic and Magic Stream is another crazy synchronicity here. So there's going to be a lot of synchronistic experiences in this relationship, and it's just go with the flow, like let it take you down the stream. Magic is happening, so trust the process. I keep hearing trust the process. It's all part of the process. Then we have Spark, so you two definitely light each other up. And yeah, I mean, that's just a great card. So there's going to be some lighting up sort of energy. You two might connect deeply on music, or you might have a similar taste in music. The next three cards, we have creativity. We have angel number 33 at the top. So this is about celebrations. It can deal with weddings, and it creates a 6 together, which deals with weddings and harmony and things like that. So yeah, you two also might have a very creative side to you. Like you two might have just a lot of ideas together, or you might have creative conversation is also what I'm hearing. Like you two get very creative with the way that you talk to each other. Like you might have like a humor when you talk to each other that's very creative and fun. Oh, and then we have the love card. So this is all developing into some deep love. That one's kind of self-explanatory about what that means. And then destiny, it's all like part of, this is like a destined thing. So trust the process. This is like a very destined relationship. And it is leading to like a big commitment. So yeah, that is what we have for you, group number 1. So with that being said, let's go, or this is group number 2. I said group 1 because I was looking at this 1 at the top of the love card. This is definitely group number 2. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take our zodiac sign dice. We're gonna roll it 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely gonna be the most likely zodiac sign of this person. This could also be a reflection of your own, and it could be, again, the sun, moon, or rising of you or this person. And it can also reflect important times of year. So let's see what we get. We have Leo coming up. Gemini coming up, so Leo, Gemini. Leo season, by the way, is the end of July, beginning of August. Gemini season is the end of May, beginning of June. Those could be important times. We also have Capricorn, so that is the end of December, beginning of January. So those could be important times of year. Those could also indicate, again, zodiac signs. So we had Leo, Gemini, and Capricorn as the most likely zodiac signs for either sun, moon, or rising for yourself or for your person. So hope you enjoyed this reading at group number 2. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. Okay, so group 3, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. Okay, so group 3, here's what we have for you. We have come together and into the unknown. So your next relationship, I'm almost getting this feeling like when it begins, you don't really know what it is. Like, you don't really know, like, oh, is this gonna like turn out to be something? Is this like what is this? The into the unknown card makes me feel like, yeah, when you meet this person, it's almost like you kind of meet them and you're like, I don't really know what this is or where this is going or where this is leading, but like, okay, we're just gonna go with it. Like, you just kind of come together and you're like, okay, let's just figure out what happens. Let's see what happens. There's not really like an expectation. There's not really like an idea of like where it might develop or lead to, but there's just a feeling of like, yeah, this is fun. This is nice. This is cool. Let's give it a shot. I don't know. Like, I like seeing this person. I don't know. But there's not a lot of expectation here or anything like that. There's just sort of like an open sort of like, all right, let's do it. So yeah, it's kind of like a very like, it might start casual. Like with this person, it might start as like a casual thing and then lead to something more. Like, as you can see, these hearts are just getting bigger and bigger. So it kind of starts off as like ooh, like that's fun, that's casual. But then it kind of develops to more and more. The stork is also sticking out to me here. So we might need to be a little careful of getting pregnant here if that's like a possibility. Just, again, it's a general reading, so I'm just pointing out all the different things I see that also might not be like relevant, but the fact that the stork is here made me want to say that, especially for some of you. So yeah, definitely watch out for that if you're not wanting that. But yeah, there's definitely like, it starts off a little bit more casual, develops more. So let's get into our other tarot cards here. So we have the Devil reversed with the Knight of Wands being reversed. Then we have the Judgment card. Then we also have the Hermit, and then the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Devil reversed is giving me, right off the bat, a very clear message, because the Devil, when it's upright, usually deals with attachment and being chained to things. But when it's reversed, I keep hearing this word, no attachment. So that kind of like correlates with what we were saying in the beginning here with these cards, where it's kind of like you enter this with not a lot of expectations or attachments to anything. And I think it's actually going to end up being healthy for both of you to kind of enter it that way, even though that might not be healthy for everybody. But I think in the case of you two, with how you two are going to develop, it's kind of like positive for you both in this particular circumstance with this particular person. This is going to actually be kind of a good thing, because it's kind of going to get rid of like kind of codependency from the beginning, especially if both of you kind of have struggled with a bit of codependency in the past or in past relationships. It's kind of like you're entering it without attachment. There's like no strings attached. There's no kind of like a lot of like expectations or things like that. And it's gonna cause a lot more freedom, although it is gonna develop into something where I think there's gonna be this interesting feeling of like, okay, what is this? Let's explore this deeper and like actually work on this to see if this could be something. So yeah, I'm just seeing like more of a fling turning into a much deeper romance. So it kind of starts off as a fling and you might not like expect too much from it. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what? This is turning out to be a little bit more here. What? I also think it's going to allow you two to get a lot deeper, because you're able to sort of be seen by each other in a way where we're not as nervous. And I think it's going to be healthy for you both, because there's something in your personal development with this person where if you guys entered it with kind of strings attached or with like a lot of expectation, you two might have like hit a lot of yourselves, because like maybe there was like nervousness or maybe things like that. For this particular relationship, it looks like it's going to end up being a positive thing, because you're going to be able to almost enter it with being able to be seen by this person, and being able to like, yeah, be seen by each other. I also think that you two like call each other out on things. Like I think that there's going to be this energy where you two are like open enough to be like, hey, I see this within you. This is like da 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 da. And I think you two go deeper with each other. And I think that one of you might not be used to going deep into things. Like one of you might be sort of a bit more closed off, or it could even be both of you that are a little bit more closed off. And this kind of way that this relationship is developing is going to allow you to almost go deeper than you have in maybe a long time, or deeper than you just ever have before. And you're able to really see things in each other because there's certain similarities with you two, to where you're able to kind of see stuff within each other and point it out and be like, hey, there's this about you. But it's going to be like a really healing thing, because the Judgment card, when it's right up, is actually a very positive healing card, where we're able to go deeper and sort of understand deeper aspects of ourselves and heal them and like let them go. The Hermit also talks about going even deeper and kind of illuminating different parts of ourselves that are like, ooh, that hasn't been like ignited ever in my life before. I haven't even felt that way. I haven't even like seen that aspect of myself. So I think you two are also going to bring out aspects of each other that haven't even been awakened before. So you almost are really awakening each other in a much deeper way. You're stepping into the unknown together, because both of these cards right here are definitely about stepping into the unknown, where you're exploring parts of each other and yourselves that you have not even awakened or seen before. So this is going to bring out different aspects, and you two are going to be very keen on working on yourselves. I think that you're going to be like, wait, okay, I see what you're talking about. I understand that. I see that part of myself now. And I think that you two are going to like work on yourselves with each other, and it's going to be like, yeah, I definitely want to work on that. I want to like improve that aspect of myself. So it's going to be like a very healthy growth. And then I think as this develops, there's kind of like a development of the relationship. Like the relationship keeps getting deeper, and because it keeps getting deeper, it's like, ooh, the relationship is developing into something more solid, something more solid. Like these hearts are just growing. So this is just going to grow and grow and kind of like progress as things go on. And I think both of you are going to get to a point where it's just like, you just feel together. You're like, yeah, I'm like with this person, and you two are going to want to like work on things. And it's going to feel like a good relationship where you two are both pretty interested in seeing more. Like there's an interest, there's a curiosity about seeing more. Like, oh, I want to explore that more. I want to explore that more. So that's going to start opening up as well. Then our next few cards, we have Free Yourself. Ooh, I think that this person is going to allow you to really come out of your shell, and vice versa as well. Like both of you might be people that have kind of like closed yourselves off emotionally. And I think that's why it's positive for it to kind of start off this way, because you two don't have strings attached. Because I think that both of you, or maybe one of you would have, but I think it's both of you. Both of you, I think, would have kind of run away from a relationship that felt super relationshipy at first. I think both of you would get kind of scared and not know how to open up. But because it's kind of starts off a little bit more like no strings attached, no expectations, you two are really able to open up. Like this person's going to open you up and like free your emotions in a much deeper way than I think you even knew that you had or were capable of. This is going to really free you in so many ways. And I think that this is also a relationship that there's a lot more freedom in this relationship. Not necessarily in an unmonogamous way. Like this could definitely still be monogamous, but there's also like, I think because you two start off with a lot of freedom in the relationship, you're able to kind of accept like you two aren't controlling. That's what I'm trying to say. There's not a controlling energy here. Like it could definitely still be monogamous, absolutely, but there's not like a controlling feeling where you two are like, oh, you can't do that, like, oh, you can't do that. Like, there's not a controlling feeling. It's much more free, much more free. Then we have love yourself first. Ooh. So I also think that when you meet this person, you might be on a self-love journey, and maybe that's why it's kind of like, I don't want a relationship right now. I'm kind of focusing on me. But then it kind of turns into something, oh, and then look what we have next. We have, it is safe for you to love. Like that makes total sense. Look at me like freaking out. It is safe for you to love. So he's going to open up your heart, or he or she is going to open up your heart to where you feel safe to actually open up. And that's why we have Judgment. This is all about that opening up. And the Hermit, that's going much deeper. And then we have, codependency. So yes, this is kind of like the energy we were kind of picking up on. So there may have been like codependent behaviors in your past relationships. And I think that this one is sort of opening you up in ways where it's not going to go back to that. Like it's healing those aspects. Because this one's so much more free. So it's kind of like we're no longer gonna feel like all these like negative attachments or control things or codependent kind of behaviors. It's almost like we're really breaking free of those in this relationship. And in order for this relationship to be successful, I'm really hearing like it cannot end up becoming codependent, because I feel like this relationship's one that's not going to work out if it becomes codependent. This can still be a beautiful relationship that develops into like exclusivity, monogamy, and all that. I also think that even when you two kind of come together, I think that there is this like, oh, I'm only seeing you type of thing, but it's kind of like no strings attached sort of energy that I'm getting. Like we're not expectant of this to like lead to something more really, but it has the potential to really like do that, to where you two are really wanting to like make this into something more. So yeah, let's see our next, we have love. Yes. Okay. This is the kind of development that I was wondering. This is going to develop into love, you guys, like, especially since we had those hearts too. Like there's definitely an attraction, but this is developing into like something more than you expect. Something much more than you expect. I don't think either of you are entering the relationship being like, I want to fall in love, but it's kind of like, well, that's going to happen, so. Then we also have the Ask Body card. This is about using your intuition, and I also think this is about you opening up, because part of you, or even this other person, may kind of like hide your actual feelings, and you might kind of like, like close yourself off. But I think this person can be able to read you. Like I'm hearing body language in this card. And I think that's why there's this kind of like calling out energy, because both of you are able to see and read each other's body language very well. And I think that's why it becomes so healing, and why you can't hold back your emotions in this relationship, because this other person, like you two are going to be able to just read each other. You're going to be like, yeah, I know the way you're feeling right now. Like you can't hide that from me. Whereas in probably previous relationships, you were maybe able to like hide your emotions very well and not be read, not be like, But in this one, you're really not gonna be able to hide those things. And that's actually why it's developing into something so much more. So our next few cards that we have here, we have re-energize and letting go. This relationship is going to teach you how to really begin to open up and also let go of like hurt from the past, because I think that the reason why it's hard to open up is because of certain experiences that we've had in our past, either with our family or with previous relationships. We also have re-energize, so I think this person is just also awakening you in many different ways, making you feel like, ooh, like this is exciting. It's like adding a spark. I think there's a spark developing in this relationship for sure, obviously. Then our next few cards, we have courage. So I think that the way that this relationship develops gives you both a lot more confidence in the relationship. Psychic protection. So, emotional walls up. Yes, emotional walls up. But this person's gonna be able to read you regardless. Like, they're reading your body language. Like, you're able to see their body language. Yeah, I mean, they break through your walls. And I think that's why this relationship is so kind of like magical and meant to be, is because it's like this person, you two have a very like intuitive connection together. We also have prosperity. I think that there's a lot of potential for this to develop into something very abundant and very positive. Kind of like as we were saying this whole time, but yeah, prosperity is also just dealing with kind of like abundance in the relationship, feeling very wealthy in the relationship, like feeling like it's a healthy, abundant kind of relationship. It's going to prosper into more. That deals with growth, right? So it's growing into more and developing into more. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our Astro dice. We're going to take the zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that this person will be. This could be their sun, moon, or rising sign. It could even be a reflection of your own, or it can also kind of signify important dates of the year. So let's see what we get. Group 3. We have Libra coming up, so that's end of September, beginning of October. And also Libra, sun, moon, and rising energy. And we have Gemini. So Gemini is end of May, beginning of June. Also Gemini, sun, moon, and rising energy. And we also have Scorpio. So Scorpio season, which is right after Libra season. So end of October, beginning of November. And again, Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. So that is what we have for you, my lovely group 3s. That is all about your next relationship. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. Okay, so group 4, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's get started. Okay, so group number 4, we have energy, true love, come to me, and fertility. I just want to point out that fertility a lot of the times indicates that you are going to be having children with this person. If having children is like totally out of the question for you, then fertility could also just indicate that the relationship is like very abundant and very like fertile with romance, or like, you know, there's a lot of passion and attraction energy. So it can also just indicate like the passionate moments of a relationship. So it could just be full of a lot of, you know, things. But fertility a lot of the times will indicate having kids. So you may have kids with your next relationship that could lead to having kids together. So that is coming up there. I also think that there's this kind of like energy of desiring or attracting love to you because of the true love come to me. Like we might be waiting like, oh, I really just want like my person. I really want that sort of connection. And I really think that your next connection is going to be something that's like very promising and very good. So yeah. Another thing that I'm noticing is that the energy card, so your next relationship is going to be something that I think that there's a high amount of energy. There's a high amount of excitement. And I think both of you are really wanting to like fall in love, and you're really looking for something like deep. But I'm also just feeling a lot of passionate, kind of fiery energy at the beginning of this relationship. I'm just seeing a lot of just like attraction, high energy, and this desire for a lot more like romance and passion. And I just think the relationship's kind of starting off on the foot of like romance and attraction and just very good high energy there. So the next few cards are tarot cards that we have. We have the Ace of Swords being reversed. We also have the Death card. Ooh, this can invoke some change. We're going to talk about this some more in a second. We also have Hangman being reversed. And then we have the Four of Wands and then the King of, what is this, the King of Wands? Yeah, King of Wands. Okay. So one thing I'm noticing with the Ace of Swords being reversed here is there could be like a difference in belief systems or a difference in the way of thinking or kind of communicating. This could also indicate that this person maybe has an accent or speaks a different language as well. It can also indicate accents, or that they might speak a different language and maybe there's like a communication barrier. Or this could also just be like a way of thinking barrier. So you two might have different belief systems or different values, and you two will have to go through some like changes when you meet this person. So there could be like, we're gonna need to either change our way of thinking or change our way of like communicating with this person in order to like not run into like differences in opinion too much, or not run into like opposing beliefs. So there could be like some changes that need to occur around communication, because it does look like there's like a communication sort of thing there. We also have the Hangman being reversed, and this indicates that this relationship is going to like cause you to look at things from a new perspective. So there's 2 cards here that indicate, or even 3, you could say, 3 cards that indicate like a change in perspective with this person. So they could definitely believe in different things than you, and it could, in the beginning, cause like a lot of debates on like, oh, you really believe that? Or like, that's interesting. And you might be like talking about your belief systems and how you could work together in order to kind of make it work, how you could come to like a compromise or some sort of agreement, because there might be like a shift in belief systems, or you're talking about other stuff that could cause like a new perspective to kind of come through for both of you, where you two see the world in very new perspectives. I think this person might challenge your belief systems or challenge your opinions, but I think it's honestly going to be very healthy for both of you. I don't see it being a bad thing. I honestly see this turning out to be a very healthy thing, because it's important to challenge our belief systems once in a while, because we might not always be right. We might not always be correct. And I'm definitely seeing like a healthy kind of opposition in opinions that end up kind of awakening both of you, not just one of you. I don't think that one of you is going to be like the winner and come out on top and be like, see, I was right. I really think that it's like both of you end up kind of changing each other, and then you find this like nice middle ground together where you're like, ooh, I'm really glad I met this person, because they really opened my eyes to a whole new world, to a whole new kind of like possibility out there. And so I think that this relationship is going to be really healthy in that way. We also have the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands is setting a new kind of like foundation together, and this could also be reaching a milestone, having a celebration. So this could indicate getting married to this person. This can indicate buying a house with this person, moving in with them. So this could be a relationship that does develop very much. It could be a relationship that you end up being with for the rest of your life. Like this could be like the one, for example. And we also have that King of Wands. This is a very passionate relationship, which is also, I think, why some of you will need to watch out about getting pregnant if that's something you don't want to do. But I definitely am seeing kids in this group. I'm definitely seeing kids here. I'm also seeing that you two will like change for the better with each other. There's definitely a good energy of changing for the better. We also have 13 and 13. The death is 13, and then we have the energy of 13 here. Both of those numerologically equal 4, which is kind of like the 4 of Wands of setting a brand new, nice foundation. But I also think that there's a new way of communicating coming out, because the 3s can deal with communication and the 1s talk about a new beginning. So this could be a new beginning in the way you communicate, or a new beginning in what you're learning. Like this person might teach you a lot. You might learn so much, and they might totally like alter your perspective in new ways and open you up in new ways. And it's like, ooh, that's really interesting. I really like learning about that. Like that's really cool. But you might notice at first it's kind of like, I'm not sure like how our belief systems are going to match up when you first meet them. And then all of a sudden you realize like, ooh, this could actually really work. I'm actually liking the way that I'm shifting and changing. Like this person's going to bring out a new side of you that's going to be like really fun to kind of open up and explore more. And again, just a lot of passion in this relationship. You both kind of, I think, step up into a leader position, but I think your partner is going to be very much like a fun leader, where it's really nice because they're very they have like this successful energy about them, a really confident, successful energy about them. And I feel like it's almost like you are able to kind of like relax into it. because they know how to lead, they know how to like plan things, they know how to have fun, and you're able to just kind of like relax and go with it. I also think that this person very much like asks you and gets to know you and what you like, but then they're able to kind of like lead that in a very nice way. Like I really think that this relationship's going to be very positive, to where it's like you're able to relax into their like let them lead. But I also don't think that you're like compromising yourself to do that. I really think that this person just knows you very well, and they're like, they know how to, I don't know, they know how to almost like take care of you. I'm getting like an energy of where this person really wants to take care of you. And you two both very much build like a solid foundation together, and like a really beautiful home. For some reason I'm hearing like beautiful home in this, even though we're talking about a relationship, but for some reason beautiful home is coming through when I'm looking at these two cards. So that could be a thing where both of you maybe desire and want a certain lifestyle, and both of you are very much like on that same page, or at least develop to that same page. And then it looks like it's a very positive, like nice kind of feeling where you're able to just enjoy life together. I'm almost seeing like both of you enjoy having fun and vacationing, and both of you have a very similar way of having fun. And that's one of the things that bring you two close together so well, to where maybe your opposing belief systems really don't matter very much, because both of you have fun and enjoy life in the same way. So you two get along so well. Like I'm seeing like this humor, this fun, but both of you also enjoy kind of like a very specific kind of lifestyle, and this person's very much on that same page. And I think that's why you two have this very strong compatibility, regardless of maybe differences in opinions. So very strong like compatibility here, other than maybe the opposition in belief systems. But I think as you two kind of like progress your relationship, you two set very solid foundations. I think you two are going to work past this very easily. Well, not necessarily like very easily, like it could be like kind of like butting heads in the beginning, but I think you two are going to get to this point where you two have changed and shifted each other and went through like a metamorphosis together through this sort of like butting heads, and it really makes you two so much more balanced, because you challenge each other in kind of the best ways, and you're able to work through that. And as you kind of like develop the relationship, you all of a sudden create this very strong, sturdy foundation together, where you two are very much in agreement on a lot of things. So you two are going to reach a very agreeant kind of stage. And again, you're very compatible in the ways that you have fun and the things that you enjoy and the life that you want. So I think your values are exactly the same. Like your values and the things that you want, the things that you desire to experience, absolutely 100% compatible. But you just need to work through some maybe opposing belief systems in the beginning, but that'll be like nothing compared to like the beauty of and solidity of this relationship. So that is a good side of it. Then the next few cards that we have versatility and play. So yeah, you two are definitely gonna have to adapt to each other, but I like look at you two. You're very much adapting, but in this relationship, you may notice in the beginning that you're gonna have to learn how to adapt and be more versatile with this person and not be so rigid. Because you two are gonna like, you know, yeah, definitely challenge each other, but in a very good way. We also play, yes, okay, so you two are gonna have like the similar ways of having fun. You two have a very similar way of having fun and enjoying life, and that's gonna be the most solid thing that you two have together, is because and that's like the most important thing in a relationship. If you can't have fun with somebody and you don't enjoy being with them, like who cares like if you two believe in the same stuff? If you two are not able to have fun together, then that's like it's not gonna work. Like one of the most amazing things is like how you two enjoy life, and you two very much enjoy life together. It's a very playful time, it's a very fun time, and I think you two will just get past that. And again, you're getting to a point to where all of a sudden you're in very much agreement on so many things. So next few cards, we have goblins, and then we have solitude. So let's start with the goblins one. This one can mean that there is certain things that you're working out in the beginning of the relationship, which we're kind of already just talking about. So there's certain things where it's kind of like, oh, that's annoying about them. Like they're this way, and there could be certain things that you're nitpicky about in the beginning, but again, you're working past those things and it's going to end up being totally fine. We also have solitude. So this person makes you reflect on life a lot too. And again, we have that number 13 popping up. You might see the number 13 a lot, or the 13 might be significant to you in some way, just because we have 13, 13, and 13 here. So yeah, and we already talked about what that means. So yeah, you're just setting a proper new foundation based on belief systems and things like that. This person's going to make you reflect a lot on life, and you're going to also make them reflect a lot on life. But it's going to be very positive for your like growth and development. You two also might end up living, yeah, this could deal with like living, or maybe you two just like vacations. You two like to kind of get away. I'm hearing vacations for some reason. You two like vacationing. Who doesn't though? But yeah, that one's for some reason coming through strongly. We also have the healing card here. So you two are very much also supportive of each other, very compassionate. So even though you two butt heads at times, there's also this very nice, like compassionate, supportive energy between both of you. It's good. It's a nice, mature energy. It doesn't get petty or anything. Like it's a nice, mature energy. We also have communication coming through. So yes, there was like possibly a communication barrier. Like you and this person, they may like speak another language or have like an accent. Or communication's like something that you two are like needing to kind of like work on in the beginning. Like communication, how you two talk is like a prominent kind of thing in this relationship, especially in the beginning. But I do think communication is going to develop and grow to where you two understand each other very much. Like there's a big understanding here. So yeah. Ooh, some of you might even need to learn how to speak another language with this person. Versatility and communication. Some of you might be learning another language through this person. Interesting. Yeah, and then we also have pay attention to the red flags. So in the beginning, you might feel like I don't know if this is going to work out with this person because they believe this or like this and like da-da-da-da. I really think you're going to be working past that. I really do. But in the beginning, you might feel this way because of like the things that kind of come up and the oppositions. We also have let your friends help you. So there's going to be a lot of support. I think that this is probably going to be a situation that you talk about with your friends a lot. Like you might be like, oh my God, this person believes this. Like how, like what? I don't even get it. You know, and your friends might be like, you know, I think you guys can work it out. I think you two will like work past it or whatever. But yeah, I do think, yeah, seeing a lot of like friendship support. And then we have give your relationship a chance. This one makes so much sense to what's coming up. Like I can't even believe it. The cards, like they just know. But yeah, all of these cards, they perfectly go together, if that makes sense. Like they're all kind of repeating the same story, which again, kind of just reiterates the fact that we're on the right track. But give your relationship a chance. This is going to be something where it's like certain things in the beginning of that relationship might be like, I don't know. Like again, we have different belief systems, but then it's like, we're giving it a chance anyway. And then all of a sudden it's going to like really sort itself out and work itself out. And it looks very positive. So yeah, it develops into something really good. That is what we have there. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take our zodiac sign dice. And we're going to roll this 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that this person will be. This could be their sun, moon, or rising sign, or it could even be a reflection of your own. And it can also represent important times of the year. So let's see what we get. We have Aries. This could represent Aries season or Aries sun, moon, and rising. But Aries season is the end of March, beginning of April. We also have Leo. Leo's been coming up for like almost every group. So Leo season could also be important, end of July, beginning of August, or Leo sun, moon, and rising people. Aries is coming up again. So yeah, and Gemini. Gemini season, which is end of May, beginning of June. So those are our top 3 most prominent zodiac signs that are coming through here. So that could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising sign, or again, important times of the year. So that is what we have for you, my lovely group number 4s. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. Okay, so group 5, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's get started. Okay, so your next relationship, group 5, we have the Power card and the Creator card. So when we have this Power card, there could be like a powerful attraction. There could be like a powerful I'm almost gathering that your person that you're going to be with, it has this like really powerful energy. Like a very prominent, standing out, not necessarily standing out, but just a very, I don't know, like a powerful energy. It's almost like they have a strong demeanor about them. Like they could have a strong confidence, or they could just have like a very, I don't know, it's a very magnetic, powerful energy, especially for you. I think you're really, this person really like draws you in. And yeah, it's like they have a powerful, I'm almost gathering powerful personality. And then we have the Creator card. This relationship is going to be one where there's a lot of energy to like be spontaneous, have fun, create new experiences. This is very much like new experiences, and sort of like keeping your eyes on certain things like, oh, I want to do that, or I want to do that. And there's a lot of energy here of like, let's do it. Let's make it happen. There could be like a lot of spontaneity between you and this person. I'm almost gathering that you may have a powerful personality as well, because this Power card has 2 bears on it. And the 2 bears could represent you and this person, both having this sort of like powerful kind of energy, or like a powerful personality, or at least just a lot of power together. Like when you're together, there might be a lot of just like talking, a lot of laughter, a lot of like, I'm almost gathering like a loudness at times, like especially when things get really exciting. There could be like a ooh, or like this person has that sort of personality, or again, that could be reflecting yourself as well. But there's this energy of like, ooh, let's go do that. Let's go do that. There's like a fun energy of wanting to experience fun stuff together. So the next few cards that we have here, we have our tarot cards. We have the 6 of Wands with the Queen of Swords being reversed. Then we have the World being reversed. And then we have the High Priestess and the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is a very important card because it indicates that it indicates a very like significant thing in terms of relationships. So the 5 of Wands indicates somebody who's from a different background or culture. So this person could be from a different part of the world. We also have the World being reversed. So this could be somebody from a different country, or at least they have a completely different culture or ethnicity than you. Just because we have those 2 cards here. So they could have a totally different background. I'm really gathering that this person will definitely be from like a different culture. But you 2 have a very like high understanding of each other. The High Priestess. It's interesting that we have Power, which is this really loud card, and then the High Priestess, which is like the most quiet card. So one of you may be very quiet and one of you may be very loud and expressive. So there's like a balance there between you 2. But at the same time, I think that whoever's the loud person will almost bring out this like stronger personality in the quiet person. So if you tend to be really quiet, this person is going to bring out a more kind of wilder aspect of you if you are the quiet person, or if this person's a little bit more quiet, your strong personality may be the one that's bringing out a stronger personality in this person. But there's almost like a really nice black and white sort of like balance here, to where one of you again is very different. There could be like an opposites, right? And because the 2 pillars, they much represent opposites. So one of you may be very quiet, one of you may be very powerful and more like a strong energy, where one of you is more quiet. So there's definitely a nice balance between you in that aspect. We also have the 6 of Wands, which basically talks about there's a lot of support from other people upon your relationship. So you may feel very successful in this relationship. It just might feel very good, where we feel very confident. We feel proud to show it off. Like this is a showy offy kind of energy. So this could be one where you 2 post on social media a lot of being like, hey, look at my relationship. Like this is nice. It's very much like in the eye of other people. Some of you like I think that whoever's this loud personality does not mind PDA, whereas this person's kind of just like maybe like, should we do that or should we not do that? But it's like they kind of bring that out in you, where it's like, yeah, let's have fun, let's enjoy it. But I'm definitely seeing a relationship that's much more in the public eye. Although the Queen of Swords being reversed is very interesting because she usually represents a person. So there could be a person in your life that has an opposing opinion on the relationship. So this could be like a mother figure or even a father or somebody like in your family that might have their own opinion on the relationship. And that could also be why we have Five of Wands, because Five of Wands can symbolize like differences in opinions, but in terms of like relationship, and we're talking about like a person, it represents somebody from a different culture. So interesting kind of thing that we have here. There could definitely be somebody who's like less supportive of the relationship, but at the same time, it's like you have a lot of support from others, because the Six of Wands is having a lot of support. But there could be, there could be somebody like on maybe one of your sides of your family that might not be as excited about the relationship, but I do think that they're going to get over that. I think that slowly they're going to like overcome that, especially because the Five of Wands, when it's upright, it's kind of like more constructive. So even though there's differences in opinions, I think it's working out. Like they're going to kind of open up more and warm up more. This could deal with the fact that I'm really picking up on two different cultures here. So there could be like a family member that maybe is very much wanting to keep the same culture in their family, and they might not approve of it being from like somebody being from a different culture. So I'm kind of picking up on an opinion like that. But I do think it's working out though. I think that it's kind of like things are opening up, like this person's warming up over time, but they might be a little bit more cold and kind of like standoffish, or there could even be just fear of like maybe this person who's from a different culture, or maybe even you and your family, there could be somebody where maybe we're scared to show our relationship to them because maybe we're like, I already know what they're going to say, I already know their opinion. But I'm seeing it being, I'm seeing it warming up over time and getting fine over time. But yeah, so I'm definitely seeing more openness happening as it kind of progresses. Although, that's definitely a prominent thing kind of showing up here. So with that being said, let's get into our next few cards here. So group 5, we have the card of this could be the one. So I do think you have a very strong connection with this person. I think that you are like, you know what, even if there's some people that don't have the same opinions, like I think that you are going to be so excited about this person and they're going to be so excited about you that you're kind of just able to let it go. And you're like, you know what, let's not let that affect us. Let's not let that kind of like stand between what we desire to do. We also have past life relationship. Ooh, there could be a really, strong, powerful connection between you and this person to where you feel like, I've been with you before, I already know you. So there could be a connection, like feeling very comfortable with this person and it feels like you already know them. We also have worth waiting for. So this could also be, this card is really sticking out to me in the fact that we had that sort of opposing opinions feeling kind of coming up from maybe somebody in the family or something. I think that you both are like, you know what, this is worth having to be patient over this. I feel like both of you don't mind like pursuing each other regardless of other opinions. Then we also have keep an open mind. Okay, so as this develops more, this person is going to develop more of an open mind. And again, this is also kind of saying your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. That can also just be indicative of this person like being like just like a different culture, different background than you. But there's like a heavy attraction here. There's such like a good energy to where it's like, ooh, like this is a very powerful kind of like attraction. And it's almost like this divine creation of like, ooh, like this is so exciting. And I think you're going to be really lit up by each other. There's an energy here where you're really lit up by each other. So our next few cards, we have recognition and friendship. I think that this relationship is very much built on like a really great connection between you both. You two are almost like each other's best friend. And this could also indicate like, again, past life relationship. There's past life relationship energy here where it feels like you just know each other so well and that maybe you've known each other before in like a previous lifetime. You might also meet each other through friends. This can also indicate that maybe you're meeting each other through a mutual friend. We also have that recognition card. This could be like getting support. I'm hearing like getting support from friends who are just like, you know what? Like, you two are so amazing together. Like, don't let certain things bother you or get in the way of you in this relationship. I also think that there's a lot of like recognition between you and this other person. Like you and this person, like your relationship is very supportive, where you two really recognize the amount of effort that each other put into it. There's nice recognition here, nice like support. Next couple cards, we have a gentle gardener. So I also think that there's like this gentle energy, especially when it comes from like the maybe sort of energy that we're gathering from this sort of more reluctant person. It's almost like we're just dealing with it in a gentle way. We're like, you know what, that's fine. Like, I don't think it's bothering the relationship too much. I don't see it causing problems between you and this person. I almost say like you two just handling it in a very gentle, easy way, where you two are like very understanding about it, and you're just like, you know what, I get it, but like at the same time, we're not gonna let it stop us. And you're just waiting for it to grow and develop more. There's like just a gentle energy that surrounds it. I also see this person gently opening up. So yeah. We also have intention. Ooh, I think this person will also very much make their intentions known with you. Like, hey, I really see this really lasting. This person brings you flowers. I'm hearing this person likes to bring you flowers or like bring you gifts. This person brings you unexpected gifts for no reason. Whether that be like flowers or like other kind of cute things. Angel number 22 here suggests a really nice partnership. So they're also gonna let their intentions known when it comes to commitment. We also have eggs being really prominent. So eggs hatching. This person really wants to see this develop into more. I think that your partner and you both have this intention, like, hey, we want our relationship to like really grow to something amazing. Like, both of you have intentions of probably like either marriage, or you're on the same page with like commitment. I'm definitely seeing being on the same page with like commitment and other things like that. The next few cards that we have magical powers, Phoenix rising through the ashes. So even though there's moments where you may feel like, is this gonna really work out? I think you two are making it through any sort of opposition, any sort of conflict. I really think you two make it through very well. So that's really positive. Then we also have divine guidance coming through. So whispers from beings who shine, let their messages be clear and kind. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, so divine guidance. I also feel like this relationship, I think you're gonna get really good advice from like friends and other people that really help you kind of like guide through problems. And I think problems are gonna be almost easy for you to like rise out of, because you're almost getting like really good feedback or really good like answers to any sort of problems that you ever do run into. So this relationship, I think, has a very like high chance of being very successful, because I think you two are just getting like really great guidance from other people. Oh, and then we have you two are being guided towards victory. I think you two are getting all the answers that you ever need. Like anytime that there's issues coming up, things like that, I really think you two are able to like make it out on top, like the phoenix rising through the ashes. You're getting proper guidance, proper like support from like other people who just offer really good advice for any sort of situation that you kind of end up in together. And I think that really makes this relationship very successful. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most prominent zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most likely in your relationship. So this could be a reflection of this person's sun, moon, or rising, or it could even be a reflection of your own, or it could even represent specific times of year that will be really important. So let's go ahead and see what this person might be. We have Aries coming up. Aries again. Aries also correlates to the time of year of end of March, beginning of April, by the way. We have Sagittarius coming up. So Sagittarius season is end of November, beginning of December, or it could be Aries or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising people. And we also have Leo coming up. I swear Leo's coming up for everybody. We also got all 3 fire signs. So this person definitely has a lot of fire energy, most likely, or you do. And then Leo season is end of July, beginning of August. So that is what we have for the zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most likely in your partnership. So that is what we have there. Hope you enjoyed this reading group number 5. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I'd love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one.